What's up, Discord? Welcome back to another weekly outlook. And this weekly outlook, we're going to be covering from March 27th through the 1st of April. Okay, so that'll be the end of this quarter. That'll be the end of this first quarter of this year. Okay, so in April we'll be starting the second quarter of the year. All right, so I hope this quarter was good for everyone. Now, I will say this quarter started off a little bit slow. As the year starts, market starts off a little slow, but now we're getting into April. We're starting to get into the middle of the year. Everything should be up and running. So, we should. We're already starting to see the markets establish a trend, especially in all of the markets I'm going to cover today. It's really pretty much simple setups that I've been seeing. I mean, most of the markets have just been ranging. Not really ranging, I'm sorry. Most of the markets have been trending. I'm seeing a lot of upside, especially in the CAD pairs. And as I go over in the JPY pairs as well, most of the JPY pairs just flying towards the upside. I know a lot of people see it. So, I mean, those are pretty much simple setups that we're going to talk about there. Some of them better than others. Okay, so I believe I'm going to post this for the YouTube as well. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so we'll see about that. But we're gonna get into it. Before I get into it, I want to cover something real quick. There it is. Okay, Forex Traders Blueprint. All right, thank you, Motec, for sending this. This was a pretty cool diagram. I haven't seen this before. I've never seen it before. So it was a pretty cool diagram, and it really explains a lot. Now you guys can read this for yourselves, as I have it right here. So as I go through it right here, the one thing I want to cover is once you get to this stage right here, I have a lot of people in this stage right here. Lots of people in this stage where you're just looking for signals. All right, looking for a guru / looking for signals to copy. That right there is pretty bad stage to get into. Now I know everyone's been there. I mean, every Forex trader has been there. Every Forex trader that trades, everyone, we've all been there, right? But the key thing is getting out of that stage. All right, so getting out of that stage, you have to get out of the stage. You can't keep relying on people to do things for you. Simply, you can't keep relying on someone to send you signals forever. All right, at one point, that person that's quote unquote sending the signals is going to stop sending signals. Okay, at that point, what are you going to do then? Are you going to look for somebody else? Like, what is the game plan behind this? So once you get past this stage, this is where you get into this last stage right here, where you're starting to see some profits. And then you start learning that when you trade by yourself and develop your own way of trading, it's better than taking someone else's signals, because you understand why you're trading. All right, and this is why I don't go with the bias or go with the plan of, oh, just look for signals, look for signals, look for signals. Now I do send signals, but I don't call them signals. Okay, I call them setups and things that I'm looking at. Like I said, I don't like that signals. It puts you in a bad mindset, and it makes most traders lazy, right? So instead of relying on themselves, they're going to rely on signals. And that's kind of one thing that I like to talk about a lot is, that aspect right there. So, I mean, that's one thing. So you can technically call them signals, but I call them setups. I call them things that I'm looking at. If you want to, then you can get in with me if you see the same idea. Now, if you don't, then you can look at something else. But I do send, quote unquote, I'd say setups. I don't call them signals. All right, but I just don't want a lot of people thinking in this mindset right here, because I've seen it a lot of times. Okay, I've seen it a lot of times. I've been there before, and it just doesn't work. All right, at some point you're gonna have to leave it. So that's one thing I wanted to cover. I hope that wasn't too long or too extensive, but that's all I really wanted to cover. Thank you, Motek, for sending that. All right. So let's get into this weekly outlook. So I'm going to start off with DXY first of all. Now, DXY was the one market. When I said ranging, I was really thinking about DXY, because right now we're in a range. Okay, when you're a range, so essentially the best way to determine a range is like this. Okay, the market is going towards the upside. We've created a high, we've created a low. Essentially, we're supposed to create another high to continue this bullish movement. We haven't. All right, we failed to create a high, and we failed to create a low. So now we're officially in a range. Okay, meaning the market could be trying to distribute orders from here, or this could become a reaccumulation. We could see the market go down one more time, raid these lows, and then we could see that, which will be a reaccumulation, and the market will continue towards the upside like that. All right, that's potential that could happen. Or we could see a drive towards the upside, raiding these highs, maybe a break of structure, and then that'll be a type 2 schematic. But I would like to see a type 1, maybe get a high rate, boom, get another one. This will be buying climax, secondary test, up thrust, UTAD, and then we'll get our test, and that'll be a clean schematic, right? But you know, that's in a perfect world. The market doesn't give us that kind of clean schematic all the time, but that's something that we would like to see. Okay, but just understand that DXY is in a range right now. That's all we need to know. So we could kind of see, you know, some of the, you know, USD pairs go in the range, but right now we just want to see where does the market want to go. So we're gonna have to, you know, inspect this and watch DXY to see if this is gonna be a reaccumulation or we're gonna distribute. All right. So going on with your USD. Now your USD is bearish. Okay. Right now we are bearish. Order flow is bearish. We've just been on a bearish move towards the downside. So I don't really see any reason for buying your USD. And I know I'm going to kind of contradict myself here because I am looking for a buy opportunity, but only on one occasion. Let me delete this. I'm only looking for a buy opportunity just because, and it's not even like a high probable one. I'm not even like kind of 100% about this. The only way I'll take this is if I see like a clean schematic during, you know, London or New York. That's the only way I'll take a buy from here. But the only reason that I am looking to take a buy from here is to sell from over here. All right, so I'm looking to sell from here or ultimately here. From these three places I'm looking to sell. All right, so essentially we're getting this kind of retracement going back towards the upside. So that's the only reason why I'm even looking for the buy. And another reason is because I have a clear target, which is right here, right there, and I got another one up here, and then we got another one even further that I was looking at before. So essentially the setup here, we have this clean schematic that occurred on Friday. Right here we have this schematic. We see the market coming back into it. So what I want to see, right, I want to see us maybe get another drive, get a couple drives with a clean accumulation during London session. We see some type of manipulation, and then we'll take that for a buy. Okay, that's going to be like a low probability, half risk type of trade. That's not like, you know, something crazy. That's something, you know, just to get your feet wet in your USD. That's the only thing that I kind of see right now on your USD. Other than that, I'm not trading it unless we go higher. But if I was going to, you know, trade the market higher and I need a reason to, this would be the most, you know, relative reasoning to why I would buy the market. Other than that, I'm not interested on anything on your USD until we get some higher prices, until we come up here. All right, so that's essentially what I see on your USD. Now remember, this is not a high probability trade, so be careful on that. I mean, I'm not even going to be looking at it like that unless something happens that catches my eye. All right, so GU, I don't really have anything for GU right now. I really want GU to just continue higher, get back into this, or we can get back into here. Okay, AU. So AU I can talk about a little bit more. So this was one of the trending markets what I was talking about with you guys when I tell you the market is just trending towards the upside. All right, so in a trending market, we're going to see a lot of continuation moves. Continuation move is reaccumulation, which happens in a bullish scenario. So this right here would be a continuation move. Essentially, you'd look to play from this area to continue the market higher. All right, that's our first type of continuation move. It was a reaccumulation in a bullish scenario. Okay, in a bearish scenario, you're going to see distribution, which is going to happen like this. It's going to be simply the opposite. And then same thing, you would look to play out of here. Boom. All right, the purpose of these continuation moves, right, and why they're so important is we look at AU, okay? Technically, if we're looking at AU right now, if I was going to say I wanted to buy AU, most people would say I want to buy AU from here. Well, you know, if you're looking at a higher time frame, you're looking at, you know, where is, you know, big demand, where is, you know, the most probable demand. The most probable demand is in here, somewhere in this area. But we know that AU is just not going to come down here anytime soon. So we have no choice but to play the continuation moves that's going along the way, because we don't know how long this trend could go. All right. We don't know how long this trend could go right now. So it would be smart of us to play the continuation moves on AU. All right, that's what you want to do in a trading market. You just want to play the continuation moves. Okay. So essentially, I sent this one, and for everyone to look at, right? I sent this one in here, went towards the upside. So this right here was a reaccumulation that occurred, went towards the upside. Now we have another reaccumulation right here. Essentially what I'm looking for, I'm going to wait for the market to come back down, and I'm going to look for an entry inside of this. Just a 30-minute area that I'm looking at. 30-minute candle. It's an ugly candle, but it's going to get the job done. All right, I'm not trading from the candle itself. I'm not going to take a limit order from here. I'm simply just going to wait for some lower time frame entries. I'm going to wait for the market to come down here. Maybe we can get a schematic, get some type of bullish, manipulation, something that could show me that, buyers are getting to the market right here. See that? Take the entry, take it higher. All right, that's what I'm going to look for. I'm not going to look for anything else on AU unless it's, going along with the trend, because right now we're just flying towards the upside, and I don't see anything stopping it. USD Chfb, just look at this. Like, if I was going to say where's the most probable area to buy USD Chfb from, it's gonna be from here, right? I mean, that's it. There's no, you could say right here, but essentially the market would fly right through that. Okay, this would be the most probable area, but USD Chfb is not coming down here anytime soon, so we have no choice but to play the continuations. Right now, I don't see any clear continuation move. We did have one right here. We had this clean one right here, but the market didn't give us that raid into this for an entry, so we didn't catch an entry there. So essentially what I have to wait for is the market to just continue up, give me this, boom, get a creek. This will be a clean reaccumulation, and I'll look for an entry inside of here, move towards the upside. All right, that's one way I'll play USD Chfb. USD Chfb is just going crazy towards the upside. All right. So moving on, GJ bullish as well. JPY pairs is just going crazy bullish right now. Our last area that you could have played from was this area. I did send this out to the group. I sent it out to Telegram as well. All right. So the next thing I'm going to look for. First, I'm waiting for us to break some type of structure. I see this manipulation move down towards the downside, but we didn't break structure to confirm this area. So I'm not going to be looking for no buys right now. Essentially, I'm going to be looking for the same thing, just a continuation move. All right. When you're looking at GJ, you're looking at your SHIPY, look out for a continuation move. Okay. I showed you guys this many times. I'll show you again. Something like this, boom, towards the upside, play off of that, continue to market up. That's as simple as that. Until the market starts breaking these areas, look for continuation move. Once the market starts invalidating these continuation moves, then you know the market is looking to retrace back to the downside. All right, that's your key to stop playing the continuation moves. Until then, just continue playing it. Now, USD is one of the cleaner markets here. We could talk about this. USD has just been bullish for the past couple months now. We've just seen this clean bearish price action, which is very good. Did I say bullish? I meant bearish. If I said bullish, I meant bearish. All right, we've been seeing this clean bearish price action towards the downside. All right, so our most recent area that we're looking for some reaction from was this point of interest. Out of this distribution, we're seeing a clean higher time frame distribution here. All right, so essentially what I'm going to do here is one of two things. I am waiting for us to reach here. All right, this is going to be my first area to look for a sell from. The market comes up here, I get a lower time frame confirmation entry, I'm taking a sell from here. All right, boom, that's my first area. I have an alert sitting here. I'm just waiting for the market to come here. I'm not going to take a trade from nowhere else. This is going to be the only place I'm looking for a sell. That's going to be the first place. The second place, if this area gets invalidated, let's say the market goes up and we take out this, I'm looking up here. All right, because this will be the extreme of this entire distribution that occurred. Okay, so essentially this is my slingshot, this is my extreme entry. Okay, and yes, you can take a limit order from here. No limit order from here. Now, one more thing that could happen that, you know, your GPB could do is we could create another redistribution. So if the market does something like this, let's say we just fly towards the downside, take out these lows, then I would look for right here for a sell. Okay, this will be my next area to look for a sell from. All right, but as of right now, I'm trying to see if your JPB will buy from this here. I'm trying to see if we can get a schematic, maybe an accumulation, go towards the upside, target over here, sell from here, or sell from up here. Okay, simple, very clean. So essentially, you're gonna focus on sales. That's pretty much it. Now, if you want to try to take this hedge position, just be careful. Go half risk, go half percent. Don't put everything on it. Most likely look for sales. All right. Looking at CAD, it looks like just like UJ and JPY. They all looking the same right now. It's just bullish reaccumulation. There's probably like a whole bunch of lower time frame reaccumulations. Another reaccumulation. We have another reaccumulation right here that just occurred on Friday. So this is gonna be my, you know, my most latest area to look for a buy from. So this is why I have this zone marked out. Now, essentially, if the market comes down here, we get that lower time frame entry, I'm gonna buy it towards the upside. All right. The only place that I see CAD stopping technically, so technically I'm still going to be looking for buys until we reach these two lines up here, and I'm going to zoom out to show you why I have these marked out. So but you can see this kind of bullish trend going on with reaccumulation. So essentially we're going to play off of this one as well to try to buy the market until this area. I don't see the market stopping until we reach here. I see us continuing towards the upside until we get up there. So let me go ahead and show you why. Here we go. All right, we have a higher time frame. If I zoom out even more, distribution, another distribution, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit more for you. And here we go. We have technically another distribution right here. And then I marked out this last buy to sell since mitigated. This was mitigated. Everything's mitigated except for this last up move before the down move. So I measured it out by the fibs and I drew the 50% and the open of it. So I assume for us to come back inside of this area and potentially we're going to see some type of bearish movement. We could just blow past this and continue up here because remember, this whole thing is the distribution. So we could just continue higher, but this is going to be the first place that I'm going to see some type of reaction from. Okay. So looking for buys over here, we're going to target this area. CAD, the same thing. All right. I mean, there's no doubting that this is bullish right now. There's no doubting that buyers are in the market. So essentially, guys, one thing I forgot to say, when you see reaccumulation, a lot of continuation moves towards the upside, you see a lot of continuation moves towards the downside, that means that buyer or seller is in control of the market. So essentially, if I go back to CAD, buyers are in control of the market right now. All right, reaccumulation, there's probably a whole bunch of reaccumulations in here. Reaccumulation. Buyers are in control of the market. That's what that means. So you want to be a buyer. All right. Now looking at CAD, this is even more proof that buyers are in control of the market. So we have accumulation, which means buyers, banks, institutions are accumulating orders and they're buying the market here. Another accumulation that, you know, reacted off of this accumulation. Cool. We have another accumulation, right? Cool. We have a reaccumulation here. And now we just did another reaccumulation within another reaccumulation. So that gives me no doubt in my mind that buyers want to continue buying this market towards the upside. Buyers are in control of this market. All right. So what do we want to do? We want to be a buyer. All right. That's the only thing that we want to do. Now, I will say if you want to look for a limit order here, now I couldn't find anywhere to just buy the market. But essentially what you could do, I mean, if you're cool with taking a No, that's not bad. It's 11 pips stop loss. All right, that's not. I thought it was gonna be way worse than that. But if you're cool with doing that, you can just take this whole area as a limit order if you want. Me personally, I'm just gonna wait for the market to come down here. I'm gonna look at that lower time frame. I know there's an accumulation down here as well, so let me go ahead and show you guys that there is an accumulation that happened down here. Now, essentially, it looks like everything here has been mitigated, so that's why I can't really look for, like, you know, something just to play off of. It looks like everything here has been mitigated, so I see us just testing this whole area as a whole. So that's why I'm just gonna wait for a lower time frame to come down here, give me some type of schematic or bullish intent, and I'm gonna take it from here because I don't really see a clear candle or, you know, sponsor candle or to buy, take a buy from here. So I'm just not gonna force it. And I'm just gonna wait. But 100% I see this going towards the upside. So that's one of the cleaner ones for you guys. Sorry if I'm stumbling over my words a little bit. Let's see what I was gonna move on to. Here it is. All right. All of these right here. USD Cad, AUD Cad, CHF JPY. I can show you CHF JPY, just bullish. Buyers are in control of the market. I mean, if I zoom out even more, this market is just insane, guys. This market is just insane. Since down here, it's just I've been watching this since over here, and it's just been going crazy. All right, just crazy. Stupidly bullish. That's what I'd say. You guys can see it, a whole bunch of continuation moves, and best believe I did try to play out of these continuation moves. We're just not getting the pullback. All right, we're just not getting it. So essentially what you could do, if the market decides to come all the way back down here, this will be the next area that I look for. Let me go ahead and mark this out for you guys real quick while it's here, just in case if the market decides to make its way back down here. All right, so this will be the most recent demand zone that I look for a buy from. Now, if the market does something like this, continue up, this is the next area that I'm gonna look for a buy from. Okay. But right now, this is it. Let me go ahead and move that for you guys. Now, looking at USD Cad, right? USD Cad right now is essentially the opposite. Redistribution. I mean, sellers are in control as of right now. So, I mean, this is pretty simple. I have this last area that created this redistribution that happened here. So I'm going to wait for the market to essentially come back towards the upside, look for a sell here, down, right? Super simple, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all. USD CHF, same thing. Even though this market is bullish, I'll say this market is bullish, but as of right now, sellers are in control of the market. We have a distribution, redistribution. I mean, there's no point of me trying to buy this right now. I honestly see us coming down here before we see any type of buyers get into the market, or we could go even lower, all the way to down here maybe, before we see any buyers come into the market. So right now, sellers are in control, so I'm going to be a part of the sellers. I'm not going to try to force anything with this. I'm going to just let USD CHF be. And essentially, it's the same thing that I was looking at in USD Cad. I'm just going to be waiting for the market to come up here. I'm going to look for a sell. Now, I am going to send these setups as charts for the Discord, and I'll probably send it to the Telegram as well. But, you know, that's just extra. I mean, for you guys that's watching this weekly outlook, you can kind of, you know, just go to the market and see what I'm looking at. It's pretty simple. I like to keep my charts pretty simple. When I have distribution here, I don't know why I'm stuttering, but when I have distribution here, simply, you know, I'm just looking for lower time frame. Meaning, I mean, if the market comes up here and I don't get any type of lower time frame entry and it continues down, then it is what it is. But I'm just going to be looking for that. Boom. You know, bearish intent, sell. All right. That's it. Super simple. Nothing crazy. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for the Forex markets, at least. Now, I can look at crypto. There it goes. All right. Bitcoin's finally moving. So, we finally broke this high. It's about time. All right. It is about time that we broke this high. Boom. Okay. So that's good. You know, that's a good sign that we're getting some bearish, not bearish, but bullish movement. But we have one more important thing to break. All right. Which is this right here. All right. I need us to take out this high. Since this right here was the last area, right? Essentially, this is the supply that drove us into this area. I need us to break this high. Once we break this high, I will be confident that we'll probably see a retracement. Boom. Okay. It won't happen exactly like that. Let me make it more realistic. Probably see a retracement and then market just slowly graduate and come back towards the upside. We'll probably see some more retracements. Let me make it a little bit more clear, because I know when people see, you know, things on Bitcoin, they think it's just going to explode. Let me make this as clean as, you know, as realistic as possible before people start overcommitting on Bitcoin. All right, so essentially what I need to see us break this high right here. Once we break this high, wait for a retracement. All right, before you know, start getting into, honestly, you should have been already buying whatever coins that you were buying right here. All right, you should have been buying it already while these coins were low. Okay, so I'll tell you this, before we break this high, if you're going to buy anything, just buy it now. Just buy it now. All right, this is, I mean, if the market, let's say if the market suddenly does not break this high and we come back down, you're probably going to lose like what, 20% of your investments. Since the market is already so low, and you know, depending on the coins that you're buying, since they're already so at a dip, you're not going to lose that much. So I mean, that's a risk I'm willing to take, but like I'm saying, you know, that's on you. Do your own research. Don't just go ahead and just buy anything. But like I was saying, trying to make this as much realistic as possible. All right, so once we break this high right here, I'm expecting that we do see some type of retracement. Maybe we'll see a retracement down, probably some type of supply. Then we're gonna see move up, gonna get another retracement, move up, probably another retracement at this distribution. Since this is a supply area, we'll probably see like a spike maybe to kind of scare people, and then the market's gonna continue back to the upside. Okay, essentially that's exactly how it's gonna happen. Now after that happens, it doesn't mean we're just gonna continue going forever. Let me go ahead and do this. It doesn't mean we're just gonna continue going forever, right? Expect that we will see another spike down, and when we see this, same thing's gonna happen again, right? People are gonna be like, oh, Bitcoin's dying, blah, this, blah, that. Then you're gonna see the same thing happen again, all right? That's if Bitcoin wants to continue pushing towards the upside. All right. So just, you know, be realistic. All right. Just be realistic with the market and don't try to force anything on the markets. Okay. So that's essentially what I see for the Forex markets and crypto. All right. Now, if I did send this on to YouTube, all right, those who are interested, join the Discord. Link is in the description. Link is in the description. All right, so for Discord, I will be looking out for you guys setups. I will be sending more setups as the week goes by, as I see more things happen in the markets. Okay, so peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.